The emergency klaxons echoed through the bridge of the UES Defiance as Commander Ryan Torres gripped the tactical display, his knuckles white against the holographic interface. The betrayal still felt surreal, even 3 days after the Galaxy Council's unanimous vote to classify humanity as a Class 7 extinction threat and authorize their complete annihilation. "Captain, we're receiving transmissions from the Zephyrian fleet," Communications Officer Emma Chen reported, her voice steady despite the gravity of their situation. "They're demanding our immediate surrender." Ryan's jaw tightened. The Zephyrians had been humanity's closest allies on the Council for over 2 decades. Their ambassador had shared meals at his table, had sworn oaths of eternal friendship. Now they led the Armada positioned to erase humanity from existence. "What's their fleet composition?" Ryan asked, his tactical mind already calculating odds. Emma's fingers danced across her console. 47 dreadnoughts, 136 heavy cruisers, and nearly 300 support vessels. They've brought representatives from all 12 council races. She paused, swallowing hard. "Sir, it's the largest military force ever assembled in galactic history." The irony wasn't lost on Ryan. Humanity had spent centuries proving they belonged among the stars, contributing their unique problem-solving abilities and relentless innovation to benefit all council races. They had shared their medical advances, their engineering solutions, their art and culture. And now, that very creativity and adaptability had branded them as an existential threat. "Sir," Emma continued, "Admiral Keithtar is hailing us personally." "Put him through." The massive form of the Zephyrian admiral materialized on the main screen, his 4 eyes glowing with what Ryan had once mistaken for warmth, but now recognized as cold calculation. "Commander Torres." Keithtar's translator rendered his clicks and whistles into perfect English. "You know why we are here. The Council has voted. Humanity's rapid advancement threatens the stability of our galaxy. Your species learns too quickly, adapts too efficiently. In another century, you would surpass us all." Ryan stepped forward. "So you decided to murder 12 billion innocent people rather than compete fairly? Competition?" Keithtar's mandibles clicked in what passed for laughter among his kind. "Commander, your species has advanced more in 50 years than most races do in millennia. You've taken technologies we've used for eons and improved them beyond our comprehension. The Council cannot allow such unpredictability to continue." Emma's console chimed softly. She glanced at Ryan, her eyes widening slightly as she read the incoming message. She mouthed the words, "Code Omega." Ryan's blood ran cold. Code Omega was humanity's last resort. A protocol so classified that fewer than 20 people in the entire military knew of its existence. But seeing it now, Ryan understood why Admiral Morrison had looked so grave when explaining it during his final briefing on Earth. "Admiral," Ryan said, his voice carrying a new edge, "I want to thank you for something." Keithtar's head tilted in confusion. "Thank me? For underestimating us one last time." Ryan nodded to Emma, who began entering a complex sequence of commands. Across human space, similar scenes played out on hundreds of ships on orbital platforms on the moon bases and Mars colonies. The children of Earth, scattered across dozens of star systems, received the same message simultaneously. "What are you doing?" Keithtar demanded. "Something very human," Ryan replied. "We're refusing to go quietly." Emma's fingers flew over her console as she initiated the final protocol. "Code Omega authenticated and transmitted, sir. All human vessels and installations have received the command." What the Galaxy Council had never understood about humanity was that their greatest strength wasn't their technology or their adaptability, it was their absolute refusal to surrender when backed into a corner. Every human ship, every orbital platform, every colonial outpost had been equipped with the same devastating capability, waiting dormant for this exact scenario. The quantum resonance drives that powered human vessels weren't just engines. They were potential weapons of unimaginable destruction. When overloaded in a specific sequence, they could tear holes in space-time itself, creating gravitational anomalies that would consume entire star systems. "Sir," Emma reported, her voice now carrying a tone of grim satisfaction, "quantum drives across the fleet are beginning cascade initialization. Time to critical mass, 17 minutes. Keithtar's 4 eyes widened in horror as his sensors began detecting the massive energy buildups throughout human space. "You're bluffing. You wouldn't destroy yourselves just to— Admiral, Ryan interrupted. You clearly don't understand humans very well. We have a saying, if we burn, you burn with us. The truth was devastating in its simplicity. Humanity had positioned their colonies, their trade routes, their very civilization to be intertwined with every major population center in the galaxy. When the quantum drives reached critical mass, they wouldn't just destroy human space. They would tear apart the fundamental fabric of reality across the entire galactic arm, taking every council race with them. Emma opened a channel to all human vessels. This is the UES defiance to all human forces. In 16 minutes, we either all live free or we all die together. Remember, we are the children of Earth and we bow to no one. The response was immediate and unanimous. Across dozens of star systems, human voices responded as one. We are the children of Earth and we bow to no one. Kethtar stared at the display showing the energy readings from human space. His tactical officers were undoubtedly informing him that the gravitational distortions would propagate across the galaxy within hours, rendering entire sectors uninhabitable for millions of years. You're insane, he whispered. Ryan smiled grimly. No, Admiral. We're human. There's a difference. He leaned forward. You have 15 minutes to withdraw your fleets and rescind the extinction order. Your choice. For the first time in galactic history, the mighty Galaxy Council faced an opponent who preferred mutual destruction over subjugation. As the quantum drives continued their ominous countdown, Kethtar finally understood the terrible truth about humanity. They were exactly as dangerous as the Council had feared, but not in the way anyone had expected. The children of Earth had learned to reach for the stars, and they would never let anyone force them back into the darkness.